I have to join another meeting at 6:30, so I'll be on this meeting till 6:15, and from there onwards, Selva will continue the meeting. So if Manisha and team, you need any help during the meeting, please feel free to chat or talk to Selva. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, so let's get started. Today is our 4th meeting. We're already halfway there, so congratulations to all of you. And let's get started with our session. So Shulaka, do you want to introduce the rules?
Sure. Do you want to share the screen of the agenda, or should I just read it?
Sure, I'll do that. So you can go ahead.
Okay, so our word of the day today is liberty. We have to try to use it at least 5 to 10 times today. Our timer is Nihan. Nihan, can you say a bit about your role for the day?
Okay, so what I do for my role is I need to keep track of time and also change the colors from white to yellow to green to red.
Yeah, that's perfect. Do you know how much time you need for each thing? Like when to? Okay.
For the speeches, you need 5 to 7 minutes. And for the table talks master, you need 2 to 3 minutes. And for the evaluation, you need 2 to 3 minutes.
Okay. Our counter for the day is Manisha. Manisha, can you tell a bit about your role?
Sure. So I'm going to be counting all the ahs, ums, and other filler words of the speakers, the table topics, and the evaluators.
Yes. Our evaluator 1 for speaker 1 is Nipun. Nipun, do you want to tell a bit about your role?
I'll be evaluating speaker 1 today. I'll give a few words about their speech and what they can improve on.
For sure. Our evaluator 2 for speaker 2 is Anshu, which is he's gonna do the same thing as evaluator 1 basically. Our speaker 1 is Kundavi. Kundavi, do you want to tell a bit about your role?
I think Kundavi not yet joined. We got a message in the group that she'll be a little late. So maybe we can switch speech 1 with a speech 2 by the time she joins.
Okay, so speaker 1 is Hasini now. Hasini, do you want to tell a bit about your role?
Yeah, so basically I just have to give a speech within a time frame of 5 to 7 minutes of any topic that I choose to speak about, and it's an open, it can be anything, and then it just has to meet the time frame.
Yeah. Our table topic master is me, and I'll just give a few questions, and I'll either choose someone to answer the question or someone can voluntarily answer, and their answer has to be about 1 to 2 minutes long. I think that's it. Yes.
Thank you for introducing everyone. So let's get started with our guest speaker. So Mr. McGinn, are you you can introduce the guest speaker.
Yes, Bani or Selva, you want to take it? I don't have her details for the introduction.
I'll take it up. I can take it up. So Bonnie is our guest speaker today, but she's not guest speaker because she knows this group already. And I would request Bonnie to give maybe few learnings from the art of evaluation yesterday that she attended. That would be great. So a couple of minutes, if Bonnie, if you can share your feedback, that would be great. And sure. Then you can also have a request, Monisha, to come into our meeting as a guest speaker and for the same topic. That would be fantastic. Okay. Thank you.
That'd be great. Attending, hi guys. It's nice to see you all and see a lot of very familiar faces that I have seen before. but I will get started and say that last night was an experience that it was a wow factor. We're listening to the evaluators and what they are looking for, what's good and bad is something that we don't do. Some of us do not do, and I will say even with my group, we have not done that. So I'm going to have to talk to them and let them know what we learned at the workshop. One of the things that I didn't even think about is how we dress, how we present ourselves, and the how also that we our gestures, hand movements, walking around the room, and how we turn around, and if there's highs in our speech that our voice will be higher. We will also take pauses. We will, and if it's sad, then we will show expressions. I never really thought of that, but that makes a difference when giving a speech. So, because that way you capture your audience. So things to learn, like I said, that was one of them, and or several of them, I should say. Anyway, interesting. And I hope that you guys continue. I was surprised to see Monisha there. I was happy to see Monisha there. And there was one more person, I can't think of his name, Selva Cantales. And
Nigant is here elsewhere. Nigant.
Is he? Okay. Well, it's nice to see that you guys are so interested in this, in Toastmasters, in this youth group, because I see that, what, it's just more experience that I've just started doing a couple of years ago. So I wish I had done it sooner, because I was asked when I first started at Global Foundries, would I like to join? And I didn't, and I'm sorry for it, because I would have had more experience. And you guys are getting that experience, and really look at it and learn as much as you can. Attend workshops like Monisha did. That's one of the things that I've been doing also, is classes that they have. You learn so much. You learn so much from listening to others. And thank you.
That was a wonderful speech. Thank you for it. So let's get started with the first speech. Hasni, you can start your speech. The stage is all yours.
Hi, everyone. So today my speech is going to be on something that I learned in quarantine, and I'm going to get started, and it's about the importance of family during quarantine. So family is the best thing you could ever wish for. They're there for you during the ups and downs and love you no matter what. As an 8th grader on our way to high school, only a few things were on my mind at the time: friends, school, and basketball. Those were the only things I thought would ever matter to me. But I always thought if I do well in school, I could get a good job. If I was good at sports, I could get a scholarship. And if I had good friends, they would always be with me through the rest of my life. But through the 10 months stuck home with family, I learned more than I ever thought I could. And I experienced more than ever. During 7th grade, every day was almost the same. Go to school, be with friends, go to practice, and then work on homework. But nothing about the last 10 months were easy for me, and they had their fair shares of ups and downs. Being with family helped me understand the value of loved ones and how they're always there for you. During quarantine, I learned the importance of family and that the love that they provide is irreplaceable. Every day of quarantine was a new page in my life. One day, I would wake up feeling motivated, with the sun shining through my day. The next day would be completely different, with gloomy weather and tests to take and studying. Just like the weather outside, my mood would change the same way. One day, I would feel overjoyed for not having to change out of my pajamas, but another day, I would feel really lonely for being home alone. No matter the day, what never changed was my family. No matter what mood I was in, family was always there. When I was having a breakdown over schoolwork, my mom was there for me, telling me that I was not alone and all the other kids just had feelings the way I did. When I was feeling lonely, my sister was there to play with me. When I was craving something, my grandma was there to cook up something wonderful. And lastly, whenever I had a problem with schoolwork or anything else, I could count on my dad and grandpa to help me through it. Every day was a brand new experience, but I knew I could count on my family to help me overcome it. School. School was something that I was most stressed about, but at the same time, it was the most important during quarantine. Without the distractions of meeting my friends and going to classes and practices every day, all I could ever think about was school. Since the start of 8th grade, all I was looking for was perfection, and everything else would make me upset. Through the school weeks, every day was just getting more and more stressful. If I was going to school, I would be able to see and talk to my friends. Well, during quarantine, all I could do was FaceTime and text. This is when I realized how important my family was and how much they helped me through the stressful times. There were nights where I could not go to sleep or even cry over silly grades that I received in class. Over the course of my school life, I had never done so, but somehow quarantine made me get super stressed out. And the environment of always being home alone really impacted me. My mom is someone that helped me calm down and helped me with my anxiety during quarantine. She was always there for me when I was stressed out and helped me find a way to do better in school and give my 100% no matter what. My mom not only helped me with my anxiety, but she helped me understand the cause of it and how to make it better. I'm so thankful for my mom during quarantine and all she has done. For all my family has done for me during quarantine, I'm so grateful for them and how much they've helped me through the 10 rocky months. The most important lesson I learned with my family during self-isolation was that grades and being perfect are not only the things that matter in life, but being happy is all that you can ask for. Quarantine and being isolated for so long has had such a huge impact on who we are today as human beings. We have gone to live through tough and unpredictable times, which is an experience of a lifetime. No one can say that every day of those 10 months were amazing and wonderful, but we should all learn that we should embrace what we confront. My family has been the sole purpose of why I've gone through quarantine, while learning the priorities of life. Quarantine will continue to have a huge impact on my life, and what I take away from it is invaluable. Learning to embrace that not being perfect is okay, and that there are more important things in life is the best thing my family has taught me. This learning experience from all the months we never knew what would come next is unforgettable. Even with the great downsides of the 10 long months, I was able to learn the importance of family. Instead of looking at all the limitations that were put on us during quarantine, I think we should all look at the wonderful outcomes. My family was always there for me, and I could not be more thankful. Before quarantine, my life revolved around friends, school, and extracurricular activities. But now I've grown to understand that family is the best thing I could ever wish for. I've realized that not only do friends, school, and activities surround my life, but family does even more so. During quarantine, the best thing I learned, and I never would have otherwise, is the importance of family and their love and appreciation. Thank you.
That was a wonderful speech. Thank you. I'm sure we can all relate to it. So I don't think Skundavi is here. Okay, so since Kundavi isn't here and I can't see her, let's move on to the table topics. And then if she comes, we can always have her give her speech. So our table topic master is Shaloka, so you can start the table topics.
Okay, just give me 1 second. Okay. Should I just start?
Yeah.
Okay. My first question is, what is one lie you told? Now that time has passed, what is something you could have done instead of lying? Does no one want to answer the question? Okay, Ayushi, do you want to answer?
Not really.
Does no one want to answer?
So you didn't, that means nobody has told any lie, so.
Okay, I'll go with it.
We are all honest people, you know.
Okay, second question is, do you
And,
think
Sloka, you can pick anyone, and everyone, make sure you volunteer first. If nobody volunteers, then you can pick anyone.
Yeah, no one volunteered, so I was just picking.
Next one, you can go with the next question.
Okay. Do you think crying is a sign of strength or weakness? Vibhuti?
I think it's a sign of strength. I think when you cry, you just grow as a person, and like, I don't think it's really a weakness. I mean, you might be feeling down in the moment, or you might be feeling stressed, or for whatever reason you're crying, but like, you grow as a person, and crying is involved with growing as person. So like I really don't see it as a weakness, more as a strength. But also it's just because it could be just stress. It could be like it for whatever reason it is. For whatever reason it is, you're just growing as a person. Your mental health is growing as well. So I wouldn't see it as a weakness.
I definitely agree with your answer. Is there anyone else who wants to answer the question? I guess not. Okay, next question. What are your top 5 personal values? Nobody? Okay, Bhavana.
Not so sure. Wait, can you repeat the question?
The question is, what are your top 5 personal values?
It can be it. Yeah, it is no need to be a question. It can be a statement also. You can describe what are your top 5 values, or you can talk about it 5. So maybe I can also help you with the Shleka. You can say, how do you describe yourself with 5 different words?
Okay, does anyone answer that question?
Yeah, Bhavana, go ahead. I want everyone to try. There's no here. We are here to learn, So let's practice. Go ahead, Bhavana. Try yourself. Unmute and try.
I think so. Can I just describe myself in 5 words? I think sometimes I get too angry. Sometimes I have an OCD of cleaning too much. I also am not so patient at sometimes, but I'm calm, I guess. Yeah, that's it.
Very added to you. Sorry to add it to you that in just talk about good things about you. Why great things about you. One is calmness. You said. What are other words that describes you? Okay, until she thinks, you can think and you can come back and you can move on to somebody else. Same question.
Manisha?
I want to answer the top 5 personal values. So I think my top 5 personal values would be my family, wisdom, personal growth, creativity, and definitely devotion, like devotion to like a god or someone. So I think these because family is like, as Hasni said in her speech, family is like really important for you. Knowledge and like knowledge/wisdom, because like if you have knowledge, you have like a place in like the world, or like it helps you grow, and that like combines with my other personal value, which is personal growth. If you grow, that's like it helps you like face the world and other challenges you would get. My last one I said was like devotion, having like faith in someone, like even if it's like a god, it like really helps you like move forward in like your hard times, like your hardships. So I think that's why my 5 personal values would be that. Thank you.
I like your answer, and I like how you connected all of it together and also referred to Hasini's speech. My next question is, if you could live your life all over again, would you change anything? What would you change? Nihant, do you want to answer the question?
No thanks. I don't want to answer it.
I can answer this one.
Okay, go ahead.
I think everyone has a moment where they want to change something. it can be really little. It could be not little, but it could be like a bad score on a test, or it could be something bigger, like a bad decision they made and it impacted them. But for me, I think it would be something small, like a bad test grade. That's mine.
Yeah, I definitely get frustrated over test grades too. Hasani?
One thing that I always think about is if I could maybe not redo everything, but one thing that I think about is maybe if I was more open to things when I was younger, trying more and more things, especially sports is something that I always think about. I see all these people and all these new sports that I've never seen before, especially while watching the Olympics. I see tens of sports that I had no idea even exist. And I feel like maybe if I could restart something, maybe learn new sports and new activities and be more open, not just do the most basic of sports like basketball, soccer, the most common ones, maybe try something new and maybe just be more open, more like learning new things and not being so enclosed or just doing things the straightforward way, trying it in new different ways.
Yes, as a person who likes to play sports, I completely agree with you. The Olympics are amusing me a lot. My next question is, when you are an 80-year-old, what do you think will matter to you the most? Rohit?
Wait, it's the 5 most important things?
Oh no, this is a different question. It's when you are an 80-year-old, what do you think will matter to you the most?
No, sorry to interrupt. Rohit, if you want to answer that 5 most important things, go ahead and answer, Rohit.
I'll answer the most important 80. The most important thing when I'm 80. The
Okay.
most important thing when I'm 80 will probably, if my mom and dad are still alive somehow, it would be my family, like my kids and my mom and dad and my kids. Because family is like the most important thing, since like family, they help you, and you would probably be bored without your family. You would probably be bored all the time. You won't have anyone to cook for you. If you have like a back pain, your kids might help you to cook or something, or your mom and dad. So they help you in your life. So that's why I think my family is the most important thing to me when I'm 80 years old, or whatever year old I am. They will be the most important thing to me.
I like your answer and your ending. Ayushi, do you want to answer the question?
Yeah, I'll answer it. I feel like family would be really important too, because you probably won't have many people when you're 80, probably only your kids and grandkids and all that. So I feel like family would be really important.
Yeah. My next question is, would you break the law for a loved one? Puhalanti. Oh, that's fine, I guess. Is there anyone, Anshu?
Hold on. Why you couldn't unmute Puglandi? Is it because of your device, or even I couldn't unmute you? What was the reason? Oh, you only have one port. The other port, are you playing? Okay. All right, no problem. But maybe you can join with the other device. That's okay. So we'll continue.
Anshu, do you want to answer the question?
I would say it depends on what law I'm breaking. Like if it's something severe, then I wouldn't. But if it's something minor, like stealing from a gas station to like feed someone, then I think I would say I would. Yeah.
And so your topic, any table topic should be 1 to 2 minutes. If you want to be qualified, speak at least for a minute, then don't exceed more than 2 minutes. Right, Sulaka? Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, think and talk. That is why this table topic means. Okay, so continue. Same topic, continue on show. You can.
So I would also like make that decision determined on the person. Like if it was my mom, then the severity of the crime would increase. Like I would like do something more severe. But if it was someone like someone I love less, like a close friend, then I would probably not do it because they're less important to me and my life would be more important. And yeah.
My last question is, what is something you will never do? Does the person who is 1972750230 want to answer? I guess not. Is there anyone who hasn't answered a question yet?
Yeah, can you repeat the question?
Oh, yeah. The question is, what is something you will never do?
Something I'll never do is probably a federal crime like murder or terrorism, because I don't really want to go to jail and be accused of major crimes. I don't want to commit any sins in my life and be a good person. Um, yeah, basically that. And I think if you do major crimes like that, you automatically go down to uh, somewhere bad. You can't change it back to a normal person again. You'll be influenced by bad people and continue committing crimes and going back to jail.
I agree, but I think the part where you said you can't come back is a bit debatable, but you're still right. Pohalanti, do you want to answer?
Yeah, so wait, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Hello?
we can hear. Oh.
Oh, we can hear him. I can hear you, Puglandi.
Can you hear any of us?
Oh, you couldn't hear, but you can go ahead and speak. At least we can hear you. Yeah, go ahead.
I can't hear. So something that I never want to do in my life would be committing crimes and things on my bucket list, which is kind of ironic. So some things on my bucket list would be bungee jumping. I'm sure you all heard of it, where you have to sit in a chair 500 feet above sea level and they kick you off with just one small rope attached to you. I mean, the feel is just scary. You drop down, your head is just inches away from rocks, and then you go flying back up, and that repeats again and again. Another thing on my bucket list would be those swings on the top of a mountain, a cliff, to be more precise. Yeah, I mean, the heights is just way too much for me. Yeah, that's kind of it.
Shlaka, go ahead. You are muted. You don't need to mute it, Shlaka. You be on unmuted only. You are the table topic master, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Um,
And by the way, Kundavi is here. I see Kundavi online, just FYI. Okay. Go
yeah.
ahead.
Oh, also, Bhavana, do you have your answer yet, or should we just move on?
I don't have my answer.
Okay, that's fine. I can just give you feedback to your previous answer. Since I know you personally, I completely agree with everything you said.
Can you expand it?
Bhavana does definitely have a lot of OCD, as far as I know. She always likes to clean everything around her. She is patient, but sometimes if she's not in a good mood, she can get really angry. She definitely doesn't like it when people annoy her. Yeah, that's as far as I can say.
All right, great. Yeah, move on. Great, great.
The next question is, what's been on your mind lately? Like something you've been thinking about a lot. Is there still anyone who hasn't answered a question? I think Kundavi joined. Oh, yeah, Bhavana, you can.
Something which I have been thinking a lot is like, going back to school. Since schools have opened, we are physically going to go, and it's like I want to go, but then I don't want to go at the same time because I want to go to learn more and see all my teachers and everyone, but I don't want to go because I forgot all my socializing skills and having to go and approach someone on something. So yeah.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Now I'll help you to know. Can you please, is this a timer? Do we have a timer here? Who's the timer role?
I think Nihant was timer.
Nihant, yeah. Put yourself prefix with the timer, Nihant, so that everybody, when you speak, look at timer's card. At least you have to speak. The timer shows a green card. Until then, you have to speak. Okay. So Bhavana will help you. So I know everybody's common problem, this one, right? Nowadays, after the COVID, whether going to office or going to school. So maybe you can explain pros and cons and how you can overcome that. So your time. So Nigant, want to watch for Nigant's screen. He will show at 1 minute green, 1.5 yellow, and 2 minute red. Right, Nigant?
I already figured it out. I have all the colors.
Okay, good. Nigant, can you prefix your name with the timer so that people easily can look at you? Or whoever is the spotlighter, you can spotlight Nigant and the speaker.
Sure.
Thank you.
Can I start?
Yeah.
So I think some pros and cons would be like pros would be when you go back to school, you see everyone, you have interaction with your teacher, and you actually have more knowledge on the subject, what you're learning. And like it feels like you're at school because virtual learning is something where it like blocks you from understanding the concepts and knowledge. It doesn't really go into your brain, but going to school actually helps with that. And some cons might be, I'm not sure about cons, but like it can be stressful at times when you don't know how to go approach someone or be friends with anyone. So yeah.
Shlaka, go ahead.
I was just seeing if Bhavna had more because you said to go on until the card was green. What is a fear that you have that is stopping you from doing something you should be doing? Vibhuti?
So, I have a fear of just like humiliation. I'm scared that what people are gonna think of me. And like that's like something you shouldn't really care about. And I do tell like it when people ask if someone asks for my advice, I will say, "Oh, don't think about what people think. Like think about like what you want." But sometimes I feel like I need to take my own advice. Because there's a lot of things I would do, but just the thought of what people would think of me and what people's like just what people think of me in general. And like I would like right now I think, oh, what does that person think of me? And like sometimes it bothers me because like I don't know what they think of me. So it like so that's like something that like stops me from doing like stuff I would do.
That is a good answer. And I think you joining the Toastmasters is perfect because we're an environmentally good people and we won't judge you for whatever you say. So thank you for being honest. Kundavi, do you want to answer? Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you guys. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So can you please repeat the question?
The question is, what is a fear that you have that is stopping you from doing something you should be doing?
So you're saying what am I scared of and what does that fear prevent me to do?
Yeah, basically.
Okay. So I'm not scared of anything that's preventing me to do something, but one thing I am scared of is the dark. And it's not really preventing me from doing anything. It's just that whenever the lights go off, I get this feeling like someone's watching me and I don't feel comfortable when the lights off. So yeah, and if I have to say something, so when it's dark and we're like camping, like I don't like to go camping in like a tent because it's dark outside and there's sound. So my fear of darkness has me afraid of camping.
I have a fear of darkness too, but do you want to build more on that? Because you still have time.
Share your experience. When was your last fear? Share your experience. Another 30 seconds you have.
Okay, so I think, yeah, when the lights were out yesterday, I had this feeling like someone's watching me, and the windows, like there was this windshield, and the window's light just goes onto the wall and being like spooky images. And then there's this tree outside, like there's this like flower shop and those trees, and then they just go like woo, and I get like so frightened that I go under my covers or under my pillow. And then there's more darkness. So this is all that my darkness fear has led me to. Scary tree shadows.
Okay. I'm completely afraid of darkness too, by the way. Monisha, do you want to go?
Sure. Give me one moment. Okay, so my fear is like if I do something bad, like something's gonna happen, like the karma thing. So like someone's always watching, like as I said before about like faith, about having faith in someone. So I feel like someone's always watching up above. So if I do anything, like it's gonna result later in life or like in other lives I have. So that like that fear stops me from doing bad things like being dishonest or like stealing from someone or like I've like heard stories of someone doing it. Like there've been like old fables or like new ones too in the news, and like I feel like if I do something, it's gonna affect me later in my life. like suppose I get caught or something. So it's like a fear, but it's like helping me like move on the right track instead of like stopping me from doing anything.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I don't think we have time for any more, so I think we can stop now.
Okay, so let's move on to Kundavi's speech. Kundavi, are you ready? Kundavi, can you hear us?
I think she's stuck.
Okay.
Oh, there you go. Again.
So you're
She's
muted.
muted.
Yeah, I can hear you guys.
So do you want to give your speech right now?
Sure.
So the stage is all yours.
Can you guys give me one second?
Sure.
Okay. So,
I think she's frozen again. Kundavi, you're muted.
sorry for the delay.
Okay, I know. They just messaged me. They are driving, and so let us allow 1 more minute. Then maybe I will take this minute until Kundavi is ready for 1 more minute. Is that okay, President?
Sure, that's fine.
Okay, thank you. So I would like to, I'm really happy that I'm impressed the way you guys are doing it without any interventions. I'm so happy, and congratulations to all the leaders like DP, Solaka and Manisha and Time and Nikhan. Perfect. So keep up this good work. One. Second, and I need some guest speakers. So I think Monisha has already agreed to come and give a guest speech, and I've already invited her to speak in one of our global Foundries Global Toasters meeting, and I will be sending her invite separately. So if any of you would like to showcase yourself, your skill, that whatever you learned, you can talk about, you can choose again any topic, or a Toastmaster or a youth leadership, how this helped you, or any kind of topic that you wanted to. I can give you that platform of meetings, like where experienced people will be there, and you can get the feedback from them too. So if any of you would like to have that kind of experience, you are most welcome to let me know so that I can send you an invite. And yeah, the stage is yours. Okay, after that. That's the second thing I would like to, and I would like to really congratulate Monisa for accepting and coming and giving a guest speaker speech. That's really, really awesome. Okay. And with that note, I think Kundavi is ready. So I borrowed a little bit time. And Kundavi, once you are ready, I think I'm giving back to Manisha now. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, so you can start.
So, hello.
Kundavi,
everyone.
hold on. Have you had a liberty of drinking water?
Huh?
I know you are just coming from outside. Did you drink water? Are you ready for your speech?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. Okay. And by the way, today's word is liberty. Okay. You are we are all liberated to use word liberty. Okay. All right. Thank you.
That's actually a very unique word. Okay. So anyway, hello everyone. And today I'm going to be talking about siblings. A person born in the same family can be a boy or girl, or in some cases, look like you. Yes, I am talking about siblings. Some of us have them, and some of us don't. And life is good with or without them. But life with them is like a never-ending roller coaster race that takes sudden ups and downs, sharp turns, and big loop-de-loops. Some positive things about having a sibling is that you'll always have a person to talk to, school, secrets, and other stuff going on in your mind. Another positive thing about having a sibling is that when things are going on outside and they really irritate you, your sibling is there to distract you and have a little bit of a refresh. One other positive thing about having a sibling is that when it's a holiday and you want to buy your family a gift, your sibling can share money if they want to. And you can buy one thing for your parents, aunts, uncles, cousins, and so on. You can save a lot of money by doing that. The fourth reason having a sibling is nice is because they always have your back. And I mean, not literally. The next reason siblings are nice is because they help you revise facts, teach you, and correct you. Having a sibling can also help you communicate with other people easily because, as I said before, you have a person to talk to and correct your grammar. Lastly, siblings give you a nice little practice on how to ignore distractions like sweets, sounds, and many others. The negative things about having siblings is that they're not required to be nice. Out of the blue, when you're not expecting it, they could prank you or do something you do not like. Now, one other negative thing about having a sibling is that when you're in a fight, your sibling can blame it on you, and then you get blamed for the fight. Another con about having a sibling is that you might not always get what you want. Say you want to watch a TV show, but then your sibling doesn't like it. You have a choice, but you be a nice sibling and put it on. You may also get called your siblings' names because people know your siblings and then they mistake and tell your sibling's name instead. Lastly, siblings always take your stuff. And when you need the stuff, you have no clue where it is. To sum it all up, siblings are angels and time to time demons. But if you have one, I know you love them. And as I said, life with them is like a never-ending roller coaster race that takes sudden ups and downs, sharp turns, and big loop-de-loops. Thank you.
That was a wonderful speech. Thank you. I could really relate to having a sibling. So thank you for that speech. So let's move on. Okay, so let's have the evaluators evaluate. So evaluator one, you can evaluate as me. Stage is all yours.
Yeah. So Hasini's speech today was very relatable. I also play a lot of sports before COVID, and I didn't really pay attention to my family. I always went out with my friends right after school. When I came back, I didn't really talk to them. I just got back and did my homework. But after COVID started, I started spending a lot of time with them, and there's nothing I would have changed. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity to spend this much time with my family, and I really enjoyed it. And I wish every year could be like this, except for the fact that I have to stay home and never get to go to school. But spending time with my family was amazing. Um, so getting back to Hasni's speech, she did very well. She talked nice and loud, looked at the camera. Her lighting was good as well. I don't think she had any setbacks. Her speech was excellent. And yeah, she did great all around today.
Okay.
Give her 1 or 2 improvement areas, Nipun. Give her 1 or 2 feedback where she can improve, what she can improve.
Maybe you could use a little hand gestures here and there, and you stumbled like once or twice. You could have practiced that a little. Other than that, your speech was really good.
Okay, thank you for the good evaluation. Let's move on to evaluator 2, who is okay, so hold on. Okay, so someone erased the roles for today. So who was evaluator 2?
I was evaluator too.
Okay, so can you give your evaluation?
So I like gonna be speech because I can relate to it a lot. I have an annoying brother, and like we always fight, and I get blamed for things, so I really like that part. And overall, I liked how you structured it in like a pros and cons, and like you separated like good things about having a sibling, and then after that you would say something bad. And also, I like how you use metaphors a lot in your speech, like to compare one thing to another, like how having a sibling is like going on a crazy roller coaster. And your speech also flowed really nicely, like your ideas moved onto each other, and you used good hand gestures as well. So like that portrayed the your ideas and concepts better. And yeah.
Okay, for a simple change today, can somebody evaluate Anshu's evaluation now? Just give quick feedback for Anshu's evaluation. Who's ready to give? Anyone? Or let me ask, maybe, yeah, go ahead, Nikhan.
Okay, so Anshu's evaluation, it was really good, but there wasn't a wow statement at the beginning, and he did tell some positives and negatives, but he didn't give much improvement on what he should have done better. And also there wasn't a wow statement at the end.
Okay, that's awesome, Nikhan. Wow, that is awesome feedback. And wow, Anshu, you have a nice background with the blurred color, but the light is good. That is wow factor for you. Yes, wow, the background is so good. Anshu, how did you make so much light and so that your bright face, we can see you. But improvement for you, Anshu, you need to adjust your camera. Can you please adjust your camera? Your off neck is cut off. So yeah, some more. Perfect. Oh no, more. Your view should be perfect like that. Good. And always when you give a feedback, remember sandwich approach. What is sandwich? You have a 2 pluses, 1 minus, sandwich approach, bread, then you have a real meat inside, then again bread, right? So it should be sandwich approach. So that is what we like, right? How you want to be, how you want to treat others, the same way treat yourself also. So give 2 positives and 1 improvement area. So this is constructive feedback. Nobody is criticized here, and take it easy. But at the same time, this is all for our betterment. Thank you, Anshu. That's it. Move on, Monisha.
Okay, so let's move on. Let's have our timer report. Nihan, you can give your timer report now.
Okay, so for the speeches from Bonnie was 2 minutes and 36 seconds. Speech from Hasini, 4 minutes and 47 seconds. And for the table topics, Vibhuti, 1 minute. Bhavana, 21 seconds. Monisha, 1 minute. Ritual, 23 seconds. Hasini, 45 seconds. Rohit, 1 minute, 35 seconds. Ayushi, 15 seconds. Anshu, 42 seconds. Nipun 38 seconds. Pulanti 1 minute 13 seconds. Bhavana 35 seconds. Bhavana 38 seconds. Vibhuti 1 minute. Kundavi 1 minute 39 seconds. Monisha 52 seconds. And for the speech, Kundavi 3 minute 20 seconds. And for the evaluation, Nipun 1 minute 15 seconds. Anshu 48 seconds. And the evaluation of me evaluating Anshu's evaluation, I did 22 seconds.
Okay, so thank you for that evaluation. I'll give the winter evaluation now. So Hasni had one and 0 filler words. So other filler words, so in total 2. Vibhuti had 2 and 2 other filler words, so in total 4. Bhavna had she had 2 and 1 ahs. I had 1 1 ah and another filler word. Ritual had 1 ah and 2 other filler words. Hasani had 1 ah for her table topic, and Rohit had 1 ah, 1 and 1 other filler word. Ayushi had 1 ah and 1 other filler word. Anshu had 1 ah. Nipun had 2 and 3 filler words, 3 ahs. Kulahanti had 3 Bhavana had 2 1 ahs, and 1 other filler word. Vibhuti had 2 and 3 other filler words. Kundavi for her table topic had 1 1 ah, and 2 other filler words. I had 1 and 1 ah, and Kundavi for her speech had 1 and 1 ah. For the evaluators, Nipun had 1 and 1 ah, and Anshu had 1 other filler word. So yeah, that's it. So let's move on to the general evaluation. So Kulahanti had 3 So let's move on to the general evaluation. So Mr. Selvaraj, you can give a general evaluation.
Sure. Thank you so much. Let me make it quick. Bonnie, do you have any feedback before I proceed, Bonnie?
No, this is fine. Thank you. Thank you for asking. I've enjoyed this. The kids have amazed me. They have come so far on this. Excellent job.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Awesome. So yes, I do have some feedback. I really enjoyed Hasani's feedback and Hasani's topic on family. That's fantastic, talking about family characteristic, and you were technically, your video was really good, audio was good, and hands movements, as the feedback you got it already. Your hands were on tied up to the table actually. So your hands, you can free up your hands, give some distance like this. If you can adjust your picture like this, so that we should be able to see your hand movement. We should be able to see your body gesture. So you can frame it like that so that everybody can see it when you give a speech, especially when you are giving a speech. Assume that you are in person. See, why we are giving speech, it is a two-way communication, right? Whatever you are thinking, your thought process should reach other person. So that is why communication is so important, right? So that is small correction that you can do. But otherwise, you had fantastic speech, I'm telling you. It's all about talking about family. And Vibhuti, when she was talking about the crying and growing, that's really good. Because the crying factor, it adds the strength to the person. It's not a weakness character. It adds to the strength, because when you are crying, when you let go the sadness, it is a stress buster also. I really like the point that you said. Rohit, I loved when you talked about 80s, though you are 8 maybe or 10 maybe, you talked about 80s, how you want to be. That's a fantastic thought process that you have. I really appreciate that. Bhavana's reading habits, that's awesome. Monisha, from the beginning and with the agenda and everything, you all went on very well. Kundavi's speech was awesome. Again, I would suggest, I know you guys are reading it a little bit from the notes, but you guys are now, I would consider you as a experienced speaker because you attended a couple of sessions. So I would suggest take small notes, but don't keep entire speech and read it. Even if you read it, look at the camera and read it on the side note, because when you speak, we should feel that you are speaking to me, not just reading, and then that won't be nice. So that is a small development or improvement. Otherwise, your speech was good, your audio video clarity was very clear, you are confident when you give a speech. That's good. And the think of this dynamic girl when she was in the car and she tried, and when she got onto the house and she got into immediate room, that is called dynamic changes, arousing the changes. I really appreciate you did not give excuse today, and we counted you, and when you have shown demonstrated your accountability today. Awesome. Because that is how we as a leader we need to be. What may the situation, if you take a role, make sure you give that achieve that responsibility and accountability. That we have seen you today, Kundavi. That was really good. And all the evaluators, excellent. You gave your best evaluations. Make sure your evaluator speech also can be evaluated. It is a 2 to 3 minutes your evaluation speech, and there is a competition how effectively you are giving evaluation. That's why we all attended art of evaluation yesterday. That is why the Nikon comes into wow factor. When you give evaluation, today's, for example, presentation is really wow, because we had a liberty of using many words and many table topics. That's a really wow factor. And thank you so much. And over to Manisha.
Okay, thank you for such a great evaluation, the general evaluation. Let's get started with the roles for next week. So you can share your screen and like get the roles done.
Oops, sorry, I was on mute. Okay, so